you're absolutely right. Numbers-wise, eclipses everything else.
Yep.
But I'm passionate about Devil May Cry. Like, I love this thing.
Yeah.
And I love this niche thing.
That's the most important
And now
thing,
I can take it and hopefully blow it up to a point where I can expand it and there'll be more of it.
Yep.
Right? So, and I didn't know that there was a Devil May Cry 5 coming out.
You didn't know?
No.
Wow.
I got actually unhappy.
Hello and welcome to the Hypertrophy Odyssey, chapter 315. It is the fourth day of the week, aka the Buster Caden workout. I am feeling pretty good right now. I'm on my way to the gym a little earlier than normal. Got out of work early today, so that was nice. But anyways, to the main subject matter for today. People who ruin the arts for the sake of the self. So the main reason why I wanted to talk about this is because, as I found out recently because of my friend Walter, who, shout out Walter, was telling me about the fact that the guy who did the live action, or the DMC series, the newest one, I don't know if it's live action or not, but I heard it was garbage, as well as having a helping hand in making sure Apu was no longer a character, got the rights to do the Kamen Rider American adaptation. So I never watched any of these things because I have no interest in it. Why? Because people like him have ruined the arts. And I don't understand why people keep giving these types of people access to franchises just to destroy. I think a lot of this stems from a lot of different reasons. I won't get into it right here, but maybe that's a future video, but I'll just say this. It is quite frustrating to see the arts really go downhill because of the fact that these types of people who are, at the end of the day, ultra narcissists get into positions of power or whatever the fuck they get into. They're probably diversity hires, let's be real. But they end up getting into these positions of powers only to insert characters that represent themselves or make the character how they struggled in life for some reason. And for some reason that is supposed to appeal to everybody and fundamentally change the characters that they once were, but now are supposed to appeal to more of a broader audience, which I don't understand at all, and in fact is quite literally laughable and honestly quite retarded, if I'm going to be honest. So this entire video is going to be bashing that particular individual, but also bashing people that are like this, where for some reason there is a cosmic level of narcissism in them where the world revolves around them, thus they must insert themselves into whatever art form they are doing, in which case they are missing the entire point of the art form in general, because they are literally copying and pasting themselves into it. And I find it very destructive in the world of art, and I will give examples of how you shouldn't do it and all this other stuff behind it, because realistically it makes zero sense to do it. Most people use the arts to get away from others, but for some reason this is something that these types of people cannot understand. They cannot rationalize or fathom that, hey, maybe I should do something that's a little bit broader so then more people can actually enjoy it. So we will be getting into that and a few other things when we get on the inside. I just started this day on leg extensions, but anyways, back to the main subject matter at hand. Adi Shankar is a fucking asshole, and the main reason why I wanted to discuss this today was the fact that people like this, who use their nepotism backgrounds in order to get into higher places of the culture, unfortunately ruin the culture because they have to insert whatever their beliefs and things like that are into whatever they are taking over, and usually it is of a franchise that people want to have a adoration for, some type of connection to, but unfortunately these are the types of people that are so narcissistic, ego driven, so far up their own ass that they don't understand what is up or down, that they do not care for the attention of detail that things like these franchises should ascertain. Really, of course, these are just vehicles for them to do whatever their vanity project is, but disguise it into something
something else so others will see it, because they have no real creative backbone in their entire body to do something that is good on their own. So thus they will have to ride the entity of something else in order for other people to see their quote ideas about what they have about certain things, but they will realize that it is a sham halfway through and then thus drop the thing most of the time, because people aren't necessarily as stupid as they would like them to believe they think they are, because of course they think their shit does not stink. It is very interesting that these are the types of people that are in charge of Hollywood nowadays, where they'd rather worry about the messaging of whatever they believe in rather than allowing a story to tell the messaging that they would want to. Unfortunately, a lot of them are so morally and creatively bankrupt that they don't understand that what they are doing is putting the cart before the horse. And also, not only that, but you are taking a giant shit on the cart as well and expecting the horse to clean it up with a fucking toothpick. You are doing absolutely nothing for the medium whatsoever, because you are more worried about your messaging as to whether or not you are doing something correct or morally right or whatever the fuck you want to believe. These are the same types of people that have no necessarily moral code and will do anything that will get them any sort of popularity, because they aren't real people. These are people that are just egos. They aren't necessarily truly people, and they are the types that are ruining all of the arts because they don't understand fundamentally what makes good art and what makes bad art. They just think anything is art, and because of that they ruin the rest of it, and thus they end up ruining franchises. You can see this all the time with modern franchises coming to the forefront, just being destroyed by these types of people because they do not understand what they are getting themselves into. Fuck this guy. But we have to subvert your expectations. No, fuck you. It got popular for a fucking reason. That's just a sorry ass excuse because you are creatively bankrupt. Fucker.
Disclaimer. If anybody decides to say I'm racist, congratulations, you played yourself. I'm a Hispanic man, according to your definitions of racism, because the people who usually throw it around are usually these types of people. A minority can't be racist. So congratulations, you fucked yourself. And we're back. Welcome to the workout debriefing. Exercises not filmed, none. Exercises skipped, we have 1. Hyperextensions. But anyways, back to the main subject matter at hand. People ruining the arts for the sake of the self. So the main reason why I wanted to talk about this is because this is an ongoing thing that I see in every single fucking aspect of the arts. No matter where you go, no matter where you turn, you see more and more of these self-inserts. Unfortunately, the reality of the situations are that most of the time they end up ruining the arts that they're trying to preserve. They are troglodyte scum. I do not care how they got into these positions. They need to be taken out of these positions because they are only ruining things, regardless of whether they are in casting or directing or story writing. It does not matter. These people are the types that are ruining these things and making it so everything fucking bombs unless it's slop. And then the slop only gets by because they recognize the name, and that's literally it. See the new Lilo and Stitch. Nobody else gives a fuck about that movie except for the fact that it was called Lilo and Stitch, and then they changed the entire plot of it because it was retarded for some reason or another. I don't even know. But half the point of it is, the entire point that I'm trying to make with this video is that these types of people are ruining the arts, and I do not care about these stupid labels that I may or may not be labeled with because of the fact that this is the reality of the situation. And I'm tired of not being able to express the actual issues that are happening with these things, that are happening over and over and over again. It is disgusting that we have to sit here and just take it at face value because some prick happens to know some other prick that happens to be at the high end of Disney. That's fucking stupid and retarded, and we should stop it. But no, we're never really going to stop it, because realistically, the people who are at the top are also just retarded and love burning money, and also for some reason don't believe in the mechanics of storytelling anymore, and or telling good art from what is shit art. Now everything just counts as whatever you want it to count as, and now we have to deal with the consequences of that, which means our children have to really be fucked by the new art that's coming up that's all self-centered, and the only lesson they're going to learn is what? Nothing, because none of the art challenges anybody, because it's all self-centered to reassure the fact that they are the same person that they were and it's okay to be who you are. That's not the fucking point of art, you retards, you morons, you Babylonian pieces of filth. Oh my God, whoever put any of the people that are in charge to this deserve a special place in hell. Not the 8th layer, because that's cold and I think you need to burn someone. So maybe a layer up. But still, these are the types of people that are ruining the arts and need to be called out for it, because I'm tired of seeing this shit over and over and over again. Modern cinema has become garbage, and I mean of the truest art of garbage. TV is nothing but slop. When was the last beautiful painting? Oh, it was AI? Oh shit, that's a different conversation for a different day. My God, fucking A. The art industry is literally being held up by furries at this point, for the love of God. Degenerate furries are keeping artists alive. That should tell you how fucked art is in general, okay? People who self-insert themselves into art have to be called out and shunned and excluded from artistry. They do not deserve to have the expression that they thought they had. Why? Because they are self-centered and do not understand the concepts of art. If you say it's to express yourself, it's to challenge yourself, you fucking moron. If you believe that it is to express yourself, you have never read an art book in your life, you don't know what you're talking about. Every single type of art, you're trying to challenge people's thoughts and perspectives, and your own as well. Read a Dostoevsky book, you retard. For the love of God, it frustrates me to see these people get franchises that they're just going to throw away at the wayside to make sure that they get their self and whatever acknowledgement they want from their own life out there, just so they can shit on some franchise that does not deserve it, because the creator just happened to cash out and actually kind of wants money now for the whatever they want, or whatever stupid corporation decided to get the license for it and have it to give it to this fucking idiot. So I do not understand why Hollywood will continue to do this, but at the end of the day, I cannot wait for them to die, because eventually they will, and or something bad will happen to them. Thankfully, who knows? Hopefully it's sooner rather than later. Unfortunately, who fucking knows? But these are the types of people that you always get warned about in society. You know, be careful of narcissistic people. Be careful of these types of people. Red flags everywhere. These are the types of people that are getting high up in the world. So it's about time we just take them out of there. Get somebody else. Get somebody new. Somebody who understands how actual stories are supposed to be told. That the story matters, not necessarily what you perceive as the messaging matters. The message should be a part of the bigger story. Godly. With that being said, tell me what you think in the comment section down below. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions about this one. I am very passionate of the arts, and thus I am very passionate about these types of conversations. But of course, there will be some idiots in the comment section down below that won't like my strong language, because of course their sensitive ears cannot handle it. So if your sensitive ears can't handle it, let me know in the comment section down below so I can make fun of you in there. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video with anybody who may or may not like it. I feel like this one might strike a nerve if anybody watches it that side of this bubble. I will be back on tomorrow with a new video. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please stay safe out there. Take care. Keep it heavy. And stay cool. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.